Hello, welcome to my ghost walkthrough of the most underrated mission of the decade so far, in my opinion. Eye of the Sea. The briefing is down below as always, but in short, we are after a big gem located on a remote island. Also, this mission has mini-golf. So let's begin. The eccentric Lord Gideon built his vacation home around an ancient temple. Break into that temple and steal the Eye of the Sea. The temple tower was used as a lighthouse, but it went dark during your approach. Figure out how to get it back on so Pickup can locate you when you're done. A private seller is looking for a rare navigation globe of Gideon's from his sailing days. Find it and steal it. Rent was overdue, and you need to find a new place. Steal an additional 1550 in loot. Win the mini-golf championship. When everything is done, return to the boat you arrived by. You're a thief, not a murderer. Being the professional that you are, you can pull off this job without killing anyone. Alright, so for sale we have a lights out hint for 500, which is really steep. All it tells you is that there is a generator in the basement and a secret passage leading to it, so I'm not gonna take that. I'll take 4 water arrows, a couple moss arrows. I probably won't need any of them. Yes, 1 more rope arrow too. So let's make a real save. And let's take a look at the map. So we start somewhere around here, maybe a little beyond what the map shows. And here we have the village, which only has 5 houses, but one of them is where we can find a keeper contact. That sounds pretty important, so that's gonna be the house we go to first. As for the rest of the maps, I'll go over them when they become more relevant. With us, we also have a keeper contact hint, which just tells you there is a contact in the village. And before we move in, I wanna take a moment to appreciate the way the skyline looks in the mission. It's very difficult to make a convincing horizon in a dark engine when it's just water and nothing else, but this mission does a really good job. You can swim out to the very edge of the map and break the illusion. We're not gonna do that, but from here it looks really convincing. As for why I think this mission is the most underrated of the decade, that's because I don't think it gets enough appreciation for its level design, and I will point out things I like about it as we go along. Here is a note about some pirates who have descended on the island. And overall, the premise of this mission is kinda similar to that of House of Widow Moira from Thief 3, the best mission from that game. And here is the house of the keeper contact. He's not here, but we can press this button and get the house master key, which will be useful. You don't need it, strictly speaking, but it's nice to have. Before we actually go to the house, we really want to go to the ship first. There is an important item on board. This pirate here has a purse. That's our first pickpocket. And our first piece of loot in general.
Did I see something?
And down here is the lighthouse bulb, which obviously we're gonna need to reactivate the lighthouse. So you really don't want to go there before going to the ship first. Here is a note about the guy they captured, and you can lockpick this door, get inside, but there is nothing in there. I really like these. They look extremely uncomfortable, but I guess that's the idea. And that's it for the ship for now. There is a locked and unpickable door. So, I have to come back here later when we have the key for it.
I thought I saw something. What was that?
Inside this house is a coin stack. And this takes us to the vacation home. This door is locked and unpickable, but it responds to the house master key. There is also a rocky passage on the side, which you can take, and both will take you to the central courtyard right here. So that's the door, and the passage is right here, and you can rope up to the window. I'm gonna take a different way in, which will take us to the wine cellar basement. And this house is spice bag and a note about a guy who has been getting drunk inside a chicken coop, which is kind of interesting, and this works both as world building and a little hint to the player, because if he's getting drunk in there, maybe the coop is connected to the wine cellar. This guy is a really light sleeper, so be careful grabbing the spurs. And here is the chicken coop. And indeed, there's a passage to the wine cellar. 2 bottles of wine here, and we get to this intersection. So the door straight ahead will take us to the generator room, but we can't actually use it. It's blocked. If we go right, we'll go to the first floor room right here. One of the more difficult rooms in the mission, but we'll make it a little easier by turning off the lights. For now though, I wanna head left, kitchen, and head to the first floor this way.
My eyes must be playing tricks on me.
Here rests the roof of the Temple of the Sea. So that hatch over there we can take and go straight to the temple, but we need a key for it. I wanna climb out of this window, because here is the best place to pickpocket this guy.
What?
I didn't expect him to turn right there, but this works. I don't like hunting for him inside the house. Here, apparently, some people were holding a competition for how long they can hold their breath. Nothing in there, and over there is the greenhouse. That's this building right here. So we are now standing here. This is the pool, not marked, but it's here. You can also climb from the water the way up here, which is nice. Now we can head back into the kitchen. I actually want to wait. I don't want to be caught with my pants down. Someone walks into the door on the other side.
I feel lucky tonight, once I get out of work here.
Here is a plate. Couple goblets. And a spice bag. Really inspired choice of ambient for the kitchen. I dig it. A purse behind the bed right here.
Gonna get used to working inside.
And yeah, I didn't think I have enough time. Wait a little bit.
Hey.
This door will also take you to the courtyard. So we're now in this tower right here. Instead, let's go up. this takes us to the mini golf course. Let's make a real save.
Guess it was nothing.
On the table here, we have instructions for how to play mini golf, but the gist is simple. If you just throw the ball, it'll travel a very short distance, but the longer you hold down your throw key, the further it'll go. So let's see if I can do a half-decent job at this. I'm not particularly good at this game, and you don't get anything for finishing it, but it is kinda fun. What's also funny is I believe this uses a custom script, because this functionality of holding down throb modulating its intensity is not actually part of vanilla Thief 2. The author went to some lengths to include a mini-golf game into the mission. Come on, that should have gone in. Look at this. Awful, you can do a lot better than this. Here's a bottle of wine, and here is an attic. Not the attic, because there is another one. There's a mask. You can remove these crates to get into the temple tower, which is also the lighthouse. I'm not gonna do that, but it's nice to know. This hatch will take you down to the library. For now though, I wanna hit Gideon's bedroom, which you can access from the golf course as well. This guy has the temple tower key. There's a tiara here. Nothing in there.
Huh? I feel lucky tonight, once I get out of work here.
And 3 more pieces of loot. That's it for the bedroom. We just need to get out of here.
What did I hear?
Here is the main entrance to the bedroom, but if you're coming up from that staircase over there, you have to deal with this guy. Thankfully, there are ways to bypass him. This overlooks the library. There is the hatch. And in the library, you have that secret passage leading to the generator room. Book switch right here. So as mentioned, the door is blocked and you cannot remove this chair. But you can turn off the lights. Which will make our life a lot easier, because from this point the mission actually gets quite a bit more difficult. We have lots of patrollers. And we have to go into that room I mentioned earlier.
What was that?
I said it's one of the more difficult places in the mission. But with the lights off it should be kind of easy. Here's a note about the key, labeled Temple.
That sounded funny.
Mysterious temple key, so it doesn't unlock the temple tower door, but it unlocks that hatch I showed you earlier.
Too jumpy.
This leads back to the bedroom.
It was just nothing.
Yeah, normally this is lit. This room is also all tiled. And there are lots of patrollers who come through here.
Did I see something?
It's quiet now.
You could douse this candle, but it would be too dark, actually. So let's not do that. Here we have some coins. And we have 3 rooms we have to enter. This one has a necklace. This will take you back down to the basement. There's a gold goblet. This room has a purse and a note about Gideon's globe being in the attic. So apparently someone found the attic that we were in, but it wasn't there. Like I said, there is another attic. And that key on the table there, that's another copy of the house master key. Finally in here, have a goblet and a copy of Coastal News. I also really like this little decoration here. It's a rat in the bottle. It's kinda cute.
Used to work side by side with women. Or running from women on the guard these days. Still.
Thought I saw something.
Oh yeah, pretty difficult room. But I think you can even Supreme Ghost it if you really want to. So this is the entrance to the temple tower. Apparently the captain went down to the temple. Here are 3 gold candlesticks and a flute. And this will take you to the second attic. This completes our loot goal. And here's the navigation globe. And this will take you over here, so that's another way you can bypass this guard. So how many ways to bypass him are there? We entered the bedroom from the golf course, that's one. You can come through here. You can of course turn off the lights and just rope up. So that's what I mean when I raise this mission's level design. It places some really clever obstacles and gives you multiple ways to bypass them if you are paying attention. And overall, there is always more than one way to get to any place in the mission. Here is another copy of the house master key, and this, for example, is the dumbwaiter, so you can get into this room without the master key from the kitchen. So yeah, this mission is very dense and interconnected. That's why I like it so much. This guy never moves, so you have to snatch the vase like that.
I thought I heard something.
And we can finally get into the temple. Now, I did consider using that hatch, but I don't want to go back down to the basement. So, another copy of that temple tower key right here, in case you enter this tower from the attic by removing the crates. Absolutely fantastic non-linearity in this mission. So, there is the hatch right there, but you can only use it to get down. The statue is a bit too tall to mantle. Here is a note, and apparently there is a puzzle we have to solve to gain access to the eye. And let's make a real save. I really like the way the water is lit in the temple. The blue lights look really nice. In this room we have a couple of artifacts. And then down in the water we have some nuggets. So here's a gold nugget. Silver nugget. And another silver nugget. And we can jump here for an artifact. We can also jump there to access a secret area. It's not marked as a secret, but I don't know what else to call it.
Did I see something? That was nothing, I guess.
There we go. So that's not the Eye of the Sea, just a gem. A horrible god arose from the sea and was cruel to Perditas, until a hero defied it and took its eye. The god was rendered powerless, and Perditas was safe from its wrath. So Perditas is the name of the island. We have 3 more artifacts here. And this is a more sneaky way into the puzzle room. Now, I had a hell of a time descending into the sarcophagus without making noise in my practice run, so I'll just use a moss arrow. I'm also gonna douse this, so that I can solve the puzzle in peace. This is the captain, by the way. He has the captain's key. That's our last pickpocket. First came earth, water came after fire with delay. So the combination then is earth, fire, wind, water, right? Earth, fire,
Running from women
wind,
these days. Still.
water. And here is the Eye of the Sea. Now, when we take it, some ghosts are gonna spawn in the temple. They are hostile to everyone, including the pirates, of course. Now, because we doused the brazier here, the ghost and the captain might not see each other from the get-go, which is actually beneficial to us, so we can sneak out. And as you may know, I really don't like AI fights in Thief, because their senses get hyped up so much that it's impossible to sneak by them after that. Okay, they saw each other. And the other pirate is fighting with another ghost further up. So yeah, getting out of the temple can be a bit tricky. And the same thing is happening up in the manor. Kinda. Now, up there, all the guards were actually just teleported out, and the ghosts teleported in. Which I cannot understate how mindful of a move this is on the author's part. Because this way he keeps the drama of what's happening, but without the jank that comes with it. So none of the ghosts up in the house are actually alerted, and their senses aren't hyped up. So of all the design decisions in this mission, I think that might be my favorite. Okay. One of those. These torches right here. And we are out. Now, another interesting thing, you can actually drop Eye of the Sea. Oh no, you can't. You can throw things with it, that's right. So, at first I thought there might be some secret or Easter egg you can access by throbbing something with the Eye of the Sea, but apparently not. As I mentioned before, the temple tower is also the lighthouse. So now we can insert the lighthouse bulb. And we're basically done. But now that we have the captain's key, we can go back to the boat and access the final pieces of loot in the mission. Yeah, you can also just jump out of the lighthouse. It is a bit of a swim to get back, but it's definitely faster and easier than going through the house.
What did I hear? All's quiet now. Huh. It was just
How many
nothing.
damn rats around here?
So we have some coin stacks here. Crystal. And the captain's journal. So apparently that giant squid, or whatever we saw in the secret area in the temple, actually appeared to the captain. Made him
Quiet
go to
now.
the island.
All's quiet now. You see
What?
that? It was just nothing.
There is one final piece of loot on the ship, which we could have accessed earlier, actually. this. Get a purse. Total 2219. That's all the loot in the mission. Right, so that was Eye of the Sea. Why did I fall? Mission complete. In 27 minutes, 19 seconds, we got all the loot. 2219, picked all 4 pockets and 1 lock. So, thanks for watching, and for now, take care.